back to Cursed Dice Gaming for our part 2 unboxing of the Dungeons and Dragons board game. As previous, please do like, comment and subscribe. It really helps us out big. Thank you very much. And without further ado, let's get straight on to the next board game. So the rest of it, however this was last time. Okay, so we have the Legend of Drizzt. So again, looking, box, good condition, slight damage to the top here, not a problem. These do take their time to come off. There we go, okay. Let's have a look this time. So again, rulebook, adventure book, happy with that. Legend of Drizzt. So again, gives you multiple adventures to play. Does recommend again 1 to 5 players, but as we've established in previous gameplay, this can be increased. And again, the rulebook. I'm sure these are the same for each board game, how they play. If there is additional cards added on, it might just implement them and explain a bit more about them. Looking at this, as we haven't had previous with Castle Ravenloft, we've got the poisoned condition as well in this one, so I'll tell you a bit more about that one. Okay, so again, good setup here. So it looks like we have our character cards. Don't want to get these mixed up. We'll go through these as well and we'll see what characters this board game has in store for us. Okay, so first off, now I don't want to assume, looks like a dwarf. What do you think? Dwarf?
It's a dwarf battle rager.
Yeah. So we've got a dwarf there. Again, looks like you've got a mixture of the at-will cards. You've got daily powers. Drow. So we've got a drow here. Again, mixture of cards.
Yeah, and the way these are built, it definitely expands the potential to create your own characters within these board games.
Absolutely. Something else we've considered as well. Why stop at just these characters? We've had so much fun playing. You know, there's so many fan-made characters out there as well. And for those, that are big into gaming and have played, games before, you know, there's loads of different classes out there, races you can have. And your imagination is key in games like this.
Especially with D&D, there is so many characters you can just build. Obviously on the paper version, you create your own characters and do interact with them a lot more.
Looks like another dwarf as well. Oh, got some more ranger cards. So already it looks like we have 2 dwarfs, a drow, a barbarian, a rogue, an archer and a ranger. So a few more characters this time than we had from the Castle Ravenloft. Again, as previous, you've got your sequence of play. This is just generic, one for each player. Collection of treasure cards and monster cards as it seems. So again, a good handful of treasure cards. And a selection of monster cards. Oh, so it looks like in this one we also have allies as well. So that would be fun. So allies to join. These would be, I imagine, part of the adventures. Yep, so these are adventure cards. And hidden in there, I'll put these aside. And then we've got different selection of monsters, again from the previous board game.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've noticed, in every single card we have a slight symbol which explains which expansion they are from.
Yeah, very handy. So if you are mixing certain treasure cards from other board games, if you want to play that, then at least you can identify it by the marking at the bottom as well. So here we just have some more adventure cards. Look at that. Oh, we have another character. An assassin as well in play to add. Hidden amongst the other cards. Any more characters in here? No. Okay. Encounter cards, again, from what I've played previously, it's the encounters that do it. These are what will get you to use your surge tokens.
I think Wizards of the Coast have done a very good idea with these board games, since it's quite complicated and can be quite tedious for some people to play the paper version. Now with these board games, it becomes quite easy and quite self-explanatory how to play them, and which with a group of friends you can have quite a lot of fun in a short period of time.
Just already looking at these miniatures, these are also really good. So you've got some bigger miniatures in scale as well. A boss. Even the ogres as well, so there's 2 of these, and these are also bigger in scale compared to your other miniatures, your normal playthrough miniatures. Now I'm going to save the big boss till last, and you can always see it there in the corner, but I want to go through the character figures as well, just to show you yet again. So we've got the Barbarian here. This one looks like the Drow Ranger. Human Archer. This is the Dwarf Fighter. The Rogue. I can't see the hero for this. This is actually probably an ally, one of the allies. I'm only guessing because it's blue, so I imagine that would be a miniature, that would be an ally.
I think they do come as double rollers, double jewelers. So some of the monsters and the bosses are playable characters, if I believe.
Yeah.
I think one of these may be the assassin as well.
Yeah, because this is the last one I can find.
Yeah, this will be the human assassin, which can also be a boss on this play adventure.
So here we have the Dwarf Battle Ranger. So that's the last blue one I have. We are missing... What have we got here? So this is the Drow Mercenary here. So again, that must be, because grey, you've got boss and character play. And I believe that is all of the heroes there. Then again, we've got a mixture of different monster miniatures. What do we have here? Drow Duelist. Water Elemental. Again, these painted are absolutely incredible. Goblin Cutter. Again, all the monsters are named underneath. Hunting Drake. Now, without further ado, there is more bosses here as well. Again, I just will assume that all of them are accounted for. I will check that later on. But I want to showcase now the big miniature that comes with this board game. So from what I gather, each board game does come with a large scale miniature as your boss. And this one here is Ertu Balor. And as you can see, again, very good detail, large scale boss. So just to compare again to your hero size miniature, you can see the difference there in scale.
They definitely have a lot more detail, and especially for each expansion the Wizard of the Coast release, they do come with a booster box where the figurines are all painted. They usually have one major character that is painted. All these figurines are painted, but they are premium painted by Wizard of the Coast as well.
So again, it does come with a 20-sided dice, again, for your attack rolls. And I've got to say, I am impressed with the packaging of this. It looks like everything is also in its original boards. I've just taken this one out, and as you can see, they easily come out, and you've got your character cards here. You have your boss cards, trap cards, again, more character cards, double-sided level 1 and level 2, damage tokens, your cavern tiles. So again, these will be your hit points, condition markers. Gotta say, I am impressed how everything is still repackaged or original new.
I think it's like we said previous video, people usually get these boards just to play the paper version, just because they get a handful of miniatures that they can play with and they can create their own world with.
Yeah, so very impressed again. This is the Legend of Drizzt as displayed. Again, really looking forward to playing this one and adding it. As said in previous, the dungeon tiles do connect to one another, so each expansion is a great buy if you just want to build on the monster collection, if you want to build on the character collection, or just have your own adventure and really expand the map and just have a great long evening playing the Dungeons & Dragons board game. So thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe to the video, and we have got 3 more board games still to unravel. We've got 2 of the expansions and 1 add-on, so stay tuned for part 3.